Have you ever had one of those moments when you suddenly realize, oh no, I've been saying this wrong for years? The truth is, once learners reach the intermediate level, they usually stop making obvious mistakes like they go to school. Instead, they start making more subtle mistakes, mistakes that sound natural to them, but don't sound natural to native speakers. And here's the thing, these mistakes aren't a sign that your English is bad. In fact, many of my intermediate students make them all the time. So today, I'm going to share 15 English mistakes that even intermediate learners make. And I want you to be honest with yourself. How many of these have you said before? Let's find out. Mistake 1, discuss about something. For example, we discussed about the problem yesterday. No. Instead, say, we discussed the problem yesterday. So why is this wrong? Because the verb discuss already means talk about. The word about is already included in the meaning, so there's no use to use it. Another example, let's discuss about our plans? No, it's wrong. You should say, let's discuss our plans. I hear this one surprisingly often from intermediate learners.
We'll discuss alternative childcare options over the next couple of weeks.
It's very important that I discuss something with him.
I would like to discuss something that is of interest to all of us here.
Mistake 2, explain me this. Instead say, explain this to me. Or, can you explain it to me? So why is this wrong? Because the verb explain doesn't work like tell. We tell someone something, but we explain something to someone. Think of it this way. Tell me the answer. Explain the answer to me.
Please explain that to me.
Can someone explain this to me?
Mistake 3, I'm boring. Instead say, I'm bored. So why is this wrong? Because ed adjectives describe feelings and ing adjectives describe the thing that causes the feeling. So, I'm bored, but the movie is boring. I once had a student who proudly said, I'm very boring. And I had to tell him, please don't introduce yourself that way. You're not boring, you're just bored.
Miles, I'm bored.
Either way, I'm bored, constricted, I never get to shop, and my hair and fingernails still continue to grow.
No, but I'm bored.
Mistake 4, it depends of the situation. Instead say, it depends on the situation. Why? Because the correct preposition after depend is on. More examples, it depends on your schedule. It depends on the weather. Well, prepositions are tricky because they often don't follow logic, unfortunately. You simply have to learn them and memorize them.
Depends on how stepped on it is.
That depends on what we buy.
That depends on what you thought of that.
Mistake 5. I'm interested about psychology. Instead say, I'm interested in psychology. So why is this wrong? Because the expression is interested in, not interested about. For example, she's interested in photography. Are you interested in learning Spanish?
Truth, I'm more interested in where he came from. The only restaurant trade I'm interested in is if we can exchange you for anybody else.
You're not interested in relationships, only your 10-year plan, because you're weird.
So how many mistakes have you recognized so far? 1, 3, 5? Don't worry. These are exactly the kinds of mistakes that help you improve because now you're noticing them. Let's continue. Mistake 6. I look forward to see you. Instead say, I look forward to seeing you. Why? Because look forward to is followed by a noun or a gerund, verb plus ing. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to meeting everyone.
I look forward to reading your responses on Monday.
I look forward to working with you.
I look forward to playing with you on stage.
One of my friend. Instead say, one of my friends. Why? Because after one of, we use a plural noun. Examples: one of my teachers, one of my classmates. This mistake happens because learners focus on one and forget about the structure that follows.
He says to me, "Mom, I promise not to get one of my fevers or coughs during your date."
You can help yourself to one of my friends.
One of my workers said they saw you at Bible study on Tuesday.
Mistake 8. Despite of the rain. Instead say, despite the rain, or in spite of the rain. So why is this wrong? Because learners often mix two correct structures together. We say despite something or in spite of something, but not despite of.
Despite the precariousness of her situation, Susan took a moment to mourn her loss.
Despite the fact that your grandmother might have used it as a term of endearment for you, it's still a racial slur.
And in spite of the reports that you may have seen to the contrary, appears to be completely benign in nature.
Mistake 9. I'm married with hair. Instead say, I'm married to hair. Why? Because the adjective married is followed by to. She's married to a doctor. They've been married to each other for 10 years.
When it's all said and done, I'm married to your goddamn sister in there, and I'm family.
Isn't she getting married to the mayor on Sunday?
I don't have to be married to you still to be worried about you.
Mistake 10. Responsible of this project. Instead say responsible for this project. That's it. Because the expression is responsible for. For example, who is responsible for this decision? I'm responsible for training new employees.
But Louis isn't responsible for me getting to work on this.
Did you find out what happened to the men responsible for your mother's murder?
When some people first realize that they're solely responsible for their decisions, actions, and beliefs.
If you've made some of these mistakes before, welcome to the club. Intermediate learners often make these mistakes precisely because they've become comfortable speaking, and that's actually a good sign. It means you're using English more. Now, let's make that English even more natural. Mistake 11. Say me the answer. Instead say, tell me the answer. Why? Because tell is usually followed by a person and say is usually followed by words. For example, tell me the truth. What did she say? This confusion is incredibly common.
Tell me the truth or I'll break your sweet little neck.
I mean, yes, it started off as a way to get me on the board, but then I got to know you and
no matter how you felt, you still didn't bother to tell me the whole truth.
You look like you want to say something to me.
You want to say something to the group, Mr. McMurphy?
Mistake 12. I did a mistake. No, instead say, I made a mistake. Why? Because English uses specific verb combinations called collocations. And the natural collocation is make a mistake, not do a mistake. Other examples are make a decision. Don't say create a decision or do a decision. Say make progress. Don't say create progress, right?
I won't live my life afraid to make a mistake.
In school, if you make a mistake, you can just try again tomorrow.
Mistake 13. Actually, I live here for 5 years. Instead say actually, I've lived here for 5 years. So why is this wrong? Because we're talking about something that started in the past and continues until now. In these situations, English often uses the present perfect. For example, I've known him for years. She's worked here since 2020.
I've lived here all my life, and lately I feel I may not be hip enough to live in Brooklyn.
I've always lived for news and weather.
He's lived there for a month now.
Mistake 14, eventually meaning maybe. Many learners use eventually incorrectly. Actually, eventually means in the end. For example, eventually they reached an agreement. It means finally. after several attempts, he eventually passed the exam. So if you want to say perhaps or possibly, don't use eventually.
Our relationship keeps moving forward. We might want to eventually get a place together.
You don't need to tell them, they'll figure it out eventually.
Over time, you'll become co-owners and eventually have your own store.
Now here's the 15th mistake. I passed the IELTS exam yesterday. Now this sentence could be correct, but here's the problem. Many learners use pass when they simply mean they took the exam. So ask yourself, did you complete the exam or did you successfully achieve the required score? If you completed it, I took the IELTS exam yesterday. If you succeeded, I passed the IELTS exam. Understanding this difference makes your English much more precise. So, how many of these mistakes have you made before? If your answer is quite a few, that's completely normal. Intermediate learners don't struggle because they don't know English. They struggle because they know enough English to communicate, but not enough to sound completely natural yet. And that's exactly what this channel is here to help you with. So now tell me in the comments which mistake surprised you the most. And if you'd like me to make a part 2 with 15 more intermediate English mistakes, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next lesson.